Okay, so we're looking at Suicide Squad, and now we have some numbers to crunch because from David Ayer's update, Suicide Squad hasn't just matched $700 million, but according to David Ayer, it has crossed $700 million. And from the information we have here, Suicide Squad made $699 million, and the foreign box office is 392 million, which this is definitely bang on here, right? But instead of 307 million, we're hearing 308 million. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just round off that number and see what we get. 308 million dollars. Okay? And we're going to divide that by 133,682,248. Alright, so our number is a little bit just slightly different. Now it could be this multiplier, or it could even be higher, okay? So it's now at officially 2.30. It was 2.29999, whatever. It's now 2.30. So it's not much of a difference in its multiplier. It still stays at third place in terms of the box office comic book movies that actually broke even and some. So it's 2.30 officially. It could be higher depending, because he said it crossed 700 million. Not just it matched 700, it crossed it. So this number, this multiplier could be actually bigger, and the number could also be bigger. So we're going to see at the end of the, when Box Office Mojo actually gives us the actual figures, we'll know really what's really going on. But amazingly, like he said, in its foreign market, it's past X-Men Apocalypse, which is another very awesome achievement. So many milestones Suicide Squad has done. It's now accomplished this milestone. It's crossed 700 million. And where that puts it in its standings also in terms of box office, all-time box office is also very interesting. If you look at the worldwide box office, first of all, where does that put it? Well, in terms of all-time worldwide box office, that puts it somewhere, now that's in 700 million bracket. It puts it, it's still behind Amazing Spider-Man at present. It has to make ground. It has to make at least over 900 million yet. I don't know how much it made over the weekend. That's the problem. And we know it crossed 700 million, but how much across 700 million it made would really make that target, feasible and more feasible and more feasible as time goes along. But the fact that it's 308 million domestically also changes up things a bit, in that when you look at the domestic totals, what does 308 million mean? Well, it still means it's behind Return of the Jedi. It has to do better than 308 million to pass Return of the Jedi, Pirates of the Caribbean, maybe be behind Star Wars Episode 2 or above it. It depends on what it has done over this weekend. So until we really get the hardcore facts, I can't really say how it has done and how much more it can do. But this film is done extraordinary. Extraordinary. It literally is saying that it is in the bracket with Guardians of the Galaxy. It's really within striking range of Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy, if I'm not mistaken, Guardians of the Galaxy should be in here as well, somewhere. There you are. Here's Guardians of the Galaxy, right? And Guardians of the Galaxy, they made 773 million. Okay, but when you look at their foreign box office and you look at their Chinese market, which is here, which is China, you're talking about they made 96.5 million off of the Chinese market. So you take away that from their totals, and they're nowhere. They're not even competing with Suicide Squad. So Suicide Squad is done remarkable. Remember, they didn't have the Chinese box office market, and maybe if they were to have done something in China, probably they would have made a total like that. I don't know. I don't think so. But I do believe that they would have made a modest total, maybe 40 million, maybe 50 million, maybe even 60 million. And that would really put them within striking distance, believe it or not, of Guardians of the Galaxy. They would be very, very close to them. So you look at that, and you can see almost immediately that, you know, you're talking about $767 million off of Suicide Squad, right? And it might go up and even past Guardians of the Galaxy. It might even go past them. It depends on what the domestic box office keeps on doing and their international box office. Because the international box office with Japan, it just kind of shot up there. It moved from 680 something to way past 700 million, just like that. Whoosh. So it did really, really well. So we have to see how things shape up with that. And I'm really liking what's happening. I don't know how far Suicide Squad will go, but its legs are ridiculous, and it's just pumping. So we'll see how far it goes, right? All right, guys. So that's my video. You guys have a great one.